Welcome to the Black Bear Medicine Bag Show with your host, Black Bear C. Walker, and a special guest, my indigenous black brother from another mother, Doug, with his new release about cancer surviving.
Hello,
But
hello, hello.
yes, once let me go ahead and turn this Northern Cree down. Yes, driving me crazy. That's the name of the song. Driving me crazy. If y'all want to get that very high. There we go. All right, let's jump into the number one reason that the Black Bear Medicine Bag is here. And just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, I am drinking a non expensive elderberry tea. You know, I'm always into my elderberry. Number one, Ignatia, often called purple cone, was highly valued by Native American tribes such as the Lakota and the Cheyenne. Its abilities to treat infection wounds, the roots were chewed into tea to help combat fever, snake bites, while the flowers were and leaves were used as a poultice to heal wounds and burns. Its immune booster properties were effective. It it became known as cure all in many traditional healing practices. All right, and we have another guest that just pulled up. Let me add him to the stage. This is Matt. Hey Matt, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Fine. We're just going over the traditional healing, and then we're going to jump into the book. Thank you for pulling
Okay.
up. All
Hello,
right.
hello.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you.
All right, you also.
All right. Then the second herb, like I just talked about, my favorite herb, elderberry. Native Americans such as the Ani Awia, also known as Cherokee, and the Haudenosaunee, also known as Iroquois, use elderberry to address various health issues with berries and flour being utilized as part of the plant. Elderberry was cooked in a syrup or
Uh,
poultice to treat fever, colds, and inflammation. All right, that's my second one, and I'll do one more. Yarrow, nicknamed life medicine by the Dene or Navajo, was used for incredibly versatility in treatment range of elements. I will add some more of the ones that I just went over, and I will add today's story on the page if you want to catch up on the Black Bear Medicine Bag show page off of Facebook. With no further ado, let's bring Doug to the show and let him tell you about his new book of a survivor of cancer. The floor is yours, brother.
hello, hello, hello. Hello, people out there. My name is Doug. Specifically, Douglas Laura Jr. That's my full name, my regular name, my government name. So, yes, I'm 40 years old, soon to be 41. I'm a cancer survivor. Uh, I've been under recovery for like 27 years now. I was 13 years old when I first was diagnosed with cancer, and it was a brain tumor. I have the brain tumor removed when I was younger. The cancer was also removed, but I've been in remission for a long time now. I have to get constant checkups every year. I got to get brain scans, MRIs every 5 years. So basically, what I'm into right now, what my brother brought me into to let the people know, his audience know about, I wrote a book. It's called Still Here, and it's on Amazon, on Kindle right now, and it's about my life. I went through a lot before cancer and after cancer, and even dealing with my grownhood years now, still recuperating through everything that I've been through the past 27 years. So I'm just trying to live my life, take care of my kids, and enjoy the fruits of my labors. Hopefully, this book can reach some people. A lot of kids going through it. I was a kid when I went through it, and I know there's a lot more kids going through it as I did when I was younger. So hopefully, this book can give a lot of people hope, because there is life after cancer. Yes. Is there anything you want to iterate or ask C. Walker?
Um, what did you use outside of radiation and surgery to help heal you?
Well, as far as I can remember, I don't remember what they was called, but it was a lot of medications that I was on back then. There wasn't no natural anything back then. Back then, people we didn't know nothing about natural and stuff like that. So I was on a lot of medications and pills. So I took like probably 6 to 7 pills a day, different ones every day. So beyond that, I was in more like physical therapy, occupational therapy, and it was another physical, occupational, and I can't think of the other one, but it was more like school type work.
Did you know that pine needle tea is high in antioxidants and it's like 1000%? I'm not saying it's a cure, but it could assist with cancer and vitamin C itself. And that's where I would love for Matt to jump in and ask some questions and talk about what he does and things like
Yeah,
that. And he
yeah, I
deals
never
with
heard about that.
nutrition. Yes, that's one of the things indigenous people have been using for thousands of years. All right. And I actually do pine needle tea also. And I've showed, and maybe I'll do a short clip again to do show how to do pine needle tea for everybody. All right. Go ahead. The floor is yours, Matt.
Oh, okay. Um, I know that vitamin C, of course, just pure vitamin C can be very helpful. A lot of people, but there's a wide range of different vitamins for their specific properties that help. Um, I know that I know somewhat about vitamin C. Like some people take vitamin E supplements, but you have to make sure one that it's the proper vitamin C that you need because there's different brands that have different properties in them. Not every vitamin C is equal, you know. Just like when you go to the store, you can get something that says organic chicken or organic whatever, but it may not be necessarily the same type of organic. They could put organic on something and they can mean one thing, you know. It could mean the soil was organic. It won't mean where the seed came from the plant that and so on and so forth. But I know that when you talk about vitamins, I know that vitamin E, there is a very specific formula with vitamin E succinate that a doctor had talked about before. I know that for sure. Vitamin E, when it comes to vitamins, because and it's not necessarily when you talk about vitamins and things, it's not. I know a lot of people say let's kill cancer or whatever. You know, it's more so the less sugar you eat and you stick to certain nutrients, certain like micronutrition, it helps to starve the cancer because cancer feeds off of certain things that you're putting in your body. You know, so I we can get into that forever. I didn't know you were going to open up the floor to me, but yeah, for sure, for sure. I came to listen, but yeah, it's vitamin C is beneficial for helping to suppress or eliminating so many things that come with free radicals. Free radicals in your body, of course, there's millions of them that just happen because the air we breathe, the things that we touch our face, and things like that, and it can kind of interfere with your gut biome. You know, everything starts from the gut. You know, you could have an open sore, cancer, melanoma, whatever in your foot, but a lot of things in your body, most things develop in your from your gut. So yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But this is interesting. Yeah, I'm enjoying
Uh,
what you guys are saying.
Doug, now what motivates you to write a book about cancer versus your life in general? What gave you the idea to write books in general? Was this something, hey, I want to write a book before I hit 50? Did you want to make a movie about your life? What was it?
Well, just to say that there will be a part two because there's a lot of things uh in between in between, before and after, that I didn't put in the book. So it's a big journey. My life's been a whole roller coaster ride on different things. But as far as like a movie or a biopic, that'll be great if I can get to the right resources to try to accomplish this. It's something I've been thinking about ever since I was young. Ever since I was in like my 20s, even teenage years, I always thought about it, but I didn't know the right resources and where to go and who to talk to. But now recently, since everything is so easy, I mean not easy, but more available to get to, so it came pretty not pretty easy to get this book out. But like I said, I've been working on it for the longest, and I've been like compounding and building up ideas about how to do it. And since a good friend, my best friend, gave me the info about it, and I had to get it done because ain't no time better than now.
I got you. I got you. Somebody going through cancer, what would you tell them if they're young, like maybe 5, 6, 7, maybe 10, maybe in their 20s? What would you tell them? What's the best
Yeah,
way to beat
like I
cancer?
wrote in this book right here, I will tell them, I will let them know that there's life after. I'm the equivalent of what can happen. Like I said, I was a football star. I was a very athletic. I had college scouts looking at me when I was 13, 12 years old on a
Wow.
football field. I still got football trophies from when I was a kid, championship trophies. So I would tell the kids or whatever, like I said, there's life after. It's like I went through a big spell, like me losing everything. I didn't know what my life meant. And for me to have to start over, everything, I had to start everything over. I had to learn how to walk, talk, eat, sleep, drink. I couldn't do nothing else. When you get your brain uh touched and you get surgery on your brain and everything, that messed up your whole body. So basically I would let people know, or I would let the kids know that there's life after, even though the things that you used to do before you're not going to be able to do anymore, there's always something else. You can always pick up another passion. And like when I met my best friend, we got into music. Music became another passion of mine. An old passion before cancer and after cancer that uh I kind of fell back on is artwork, drawing. I still can draw. I still love to draw, and that's still a passion that I can still do. But now that I have kids and everything, my biggest passion is my babies. And then that was the thing that they told me that I would never go be able to do when I was 13 years old, was have kids, and I got three of them now. Cancer don't stop nothing. It can be beat.
Got you. Would you say it would be a yearly checkup for everybody, no matter what? And if you do have something, not to be afraid of taking rapid action. You can't wait. You have to get treatment immediately. Would you say that?
Yeah, I would say so because cancer is a it's a demon. It
Gotcha.
spreads quick. It spreads quick. It eats away your body. It it it's horrible. So I tell people all the time, like if you got a little minor headache or whatever, you need to get that checked because you never know. If you got a little pain in your arm, you need to get that checked. If you feel a certain way in your thigh or something that you ain't never felt before, if you got like some kind of bump or growth there or something, get that checked. Because cancer can come anywhere in your body. It don't matter where it is. You can get cancer in your toenail. I would
Right.
say get this stuff checked. And cancer ain't no joke because it can spread through your body like water. Like if you drink water and water goes get in your veins and goes throughout your body, cancer can do that too. So it's like a demon. The disease is horrible. So yeah, I would tell people just they you got to take care of your body.
Got you. So, would you say that health is more precious than even money or gold?
I would say so. Because
Got you.
if you ain't healthy, how you go? Okay, if you ain't healthy, how you gonna benefit from the silver and gold? You got, you got to be healthy, right?
Right. You do have to be healthy.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you. Hello to the viewer that just left. Want to tell them hello. Thank you for stopping by. Couldn't see who it was, but okay. Now, what was the most scariest part of the cancer when you was going through it? How did you feel when you said, "Okay, you got brain cancer"? What's the first thought that was in your mind? And in the book, do you want to read something from the book that explains your thought process when you was going through it to let people, what they appetite? Just give us something.
Well, to be honest with you, like I said, I was a kid. My thought, I really didn't understand, and I wrote it in the book. I really didn't understand what was actually happening. I didn't understand what I was about to go through. As a child, you don't comprehend things like that. You see people crying and people yelling and sobbing and this and that, and you hear the doctor saying stuff, but you don't understand it. It's like a foreign language. I didn't know nothing
Got you.
about tumors. I didn't know nothing. Well, I knew about cancer, but I didn't know that I had cancer until after they pulled the tumor out. So I didn't hear nothing about cancer until after the surgery was done. And then, with that being said, like I said, I didn't know what the hell I was about to go through.
Got you. Got you. What was your, do you say that a support system is good for people? And what did your support system look like when you was going through this
Support system.
cancer?
Yeah, support system is very good for, especially for a child that's about to go through this. And there's a lot of grown people that actually get through it too. And then, from my understanding, it's harder for a grown man to go through it than a child to go through it.
Really?
Because, yeah, I heard that a lot. Even when I was a
Okay.
kid, I heard that. But yeah, because a child, you don't, it's like you're paying attention, but you're not really, your brain is not really focused enough, or what I want to say, mature enough to understand that this is so much so serious. And when you're grown, you think about, oh man, your thoughts will kill you faster than the dang on cancer will.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I didn't
When
know that.
you grown, you got a lot of stuff going through your head. But when you're a kid and you don't know what's going on, you're gonna go through it. But when you're older, you already got health problems and stuff already. So you gotta deal with the cancer, then you gotta deal with this, and then you gotta deal with that. So yeah, it's a lot.
Okay. I've always heard that to get you through cancer is very spiritual. You have to believe in God to get you through, Jehovah God, Yahweh, you know. Do you believe that that is a way to get through certain things of your life, especially cancer? They say that's the number one way outside of the medicine, but a spiritual relationship.
Yeah, I even wrote about it in my book that spiritually it kind of helped me out a lot because I was deep in church. I was a Christian at the time, which I'm not anymore.
Okay.
Um, faith, faith based. It don't matter what denomination you in, as long as you believe in the higher power, the Father above. It doesn't matter because it's only one person you gotta speak up to when we die. And that's the Father. So I believe as long as you have faith in the Creator, I believe I think that helped out a lot. Because at the time I was actually going to church and it helped out mentally. It helped me progress and keep stumping forward.
Got you. I got you. Now, what do you say? Like, did you see your parents act a different way when you had cancer? Were they more supportive or less supportive? Or what did they tell you? What was your relationship like with them when you was going through it? What they tell you?
They was very supportive. my mom was really supportive because
Gotcha.
she was there. Yeah, my mom, she was a single mother, so yeah, she was there. My father, he was around, he was there too. But my mom was my big support system, and I had my grandmother, my great grandmother, my great auntie. Yeah, I had a lot of family support. So, but my mom was my biggest support. If it wasn't for my mom, I probably wouldn't be here right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, we gotta realize the mothers are the backbones of our family and our society. Without them, things are a lot harder to raise a family. Mothers and fathers should be together, but sometimes situations is better where they are not, together, but at least there to support the kids, both spiritually, financially, and emotionally. Raising kids isn't easy nowadays, but you figure it out. I think that's what about being indigenous and anything, indigenous on Turtle Island, indigenous Africa, indigenous on Earth, we figure out how to survive. We're survivors of many atrocities, including cancer, diabetes, heart disease, many other things. We shall remain, as we say. So I do agree with you about the mother. Um, hmm. Now, is there any exciting part of the book that to get our viewers more interested in it? What would you say a hype part of the book would be?
Well, a little later in the book, well, for me, the high part was my babies, my kids. I got three kids, and what I was told when I was 14 years old, after the surgery and everything, at 14, my doctor told me that I would never be able to have kids. Now I got three. So that's the highest part of my book to me is seeing my babies. And now that my son is 15 years old and knowing I had to go through cancer at 13 years old to seeing my son ain't had no problems and very athletic like I used to be. Uh, that's a high part of my life. I didn't put all that in a book, but that's a high part of my life. Seeing my son do things that I did and is being very active like I was, even though I couldn't do that at 15 and further on. But seeing him do it makes me very happy.
hmm What would you tell young fathers dealing with health things, health issues of themselves, raising a family, or they have a child who's sick? What would you tell them? What kind of advice would you tell them, man to man? Because a lot of times we don't talk about these things as men. You got to be tough. But what if you can't be tough? What if you're not feeling good to be tough? What would you tell them? Does your book address that?
Well, I would tell them that you got to like if you want to be here to see them all, if you want to be here to see your kids grow, you got to get taken care of. Or if you're dealing with a child or somebody else or a family member that's going through it, you got to be the backbone. You got to be there. You got to help and support. Or even if you got a friend that's going through cancer or that has something going on, you got to be a support because you never know what's going inside that person's head and nobody never knows what's going inside your head. So I would say you get support, support, support is everything.
Got you, man. I'm happy to say that here and I'm where I want to be and making my dreams come true. I've always wanted to be a podcaster and a little bit more in this field. I'm greatly appreciative of your time. Is there anything else which you want to add about this book before we sign off?
No, well, the main thing that I want to add about the book is the title. What the title say? It might be backwards, but it's I'm still here. Still after 27, 28 years, I'm still here. And if anybody else is going through cancer, brain surgery, any type of cancer through your body, leukemia, anything, any disease, it can be beat. You can, if I went through it, you can go through it.
Got you. Now, Doug or Matt, if somebody needs to get in contact with what you do in more in depth, Matt especially with health and nutrition supplements, and who they would need to get contact. Who can you guys give your information over here, or would you want to leave it with me? How you guys want to do it? If somebody wanted
Um,
to contact you, Matt, in
well,
particular.
if they wanted to, I guess I could send my link, but also if they want to call or send me a message directly, they can reach me at area code 470-205-4456. And yeah, that's my cell. And yeah, I could leave you with my link and my email, and you can post it then. Yeah. And I
Okay,
enjoyed your story. I meant to tell you that. I enjoyed your story and what you said about that book. I didn't want to interrupt, so I waited.
Thank you.
I
I
waited.
noticed it. I noticed it. I looked at you and said you wanted something to say,
Yeah.
but yeah,
It was a
yeah.
lot. It was a lot. I wanted to say a few things because I agree with what you a lot. Like I basically agree with everything you said. I appreciated that because when Carlton asked you a question about your support system and what would you say to certain people a certain age, I personally deal with people obviously with cancer all the time, and some people just they kind of I know scripture in the Bible talk about letting their arms fall. They just kind of they just feel like mentally they want to give up. But when you have, like you said, your mom was like your rock. She was your biggest support system. And a lot of people need that. Sometimes as people who are not really tight with their family, we try to be that. I try to be that with people. But yeah, having a support system, it gives you reason to live. And like you said, that key was your children. I thought that was pretty awesome. That was nice. I like that.
Yes, thank you.
oh, excuse me.
No problem.
Yeah, but
Uh,
as far as if anybody want to reach out to me, you reach me out on Facebook. My name is Doug D Magic Laura. And you can email me at DMAJIK_LAURA at outlook.com. Yeah, if you want to get any information, matter of fact, the book is on Amazon.com. Still
can you show
here.
that book? It didn't really show that much. I just
Oh,
want to see the audience see what the book really looks like. A little closer if you could move in for them. There they go. Still here. That's the name of the book by Doug Laura. How you say your last
yes,
name?
yes, Laura, LAURA, like a woman's first name, Laura.
Okay.
Junior, because there's
Okay.
three of us. Got my dad, me, and my son is a third. So it's three Douglas Lauras.
Okay. Does your dad have any books out there too?
No, he don't have any books out. He has a book that he's working on, but he hasn't put it out.
Gotcha.
And
Hello.
I actually influenced him to put his book out because I put my book out before he ever put his out. He been writing his for about 20, 30 years now.
Okay. So hopefully, hey, so remember, y'all, there's a Doug Laura Jr., his book is already out. So if the senior comes out, it will be without still here. It will be separate. But I want to let everybody know, check this book out. This is different from the Black Bear Medicine Bag Show. I hope to bring you guys more news next time. I'll post up a news story. Matt, thank you so much for your time. Laura,
Nice meeting you, Matt. Thank
Hey, same here, Doug. I appreciate your story. And anytime, Carlton. Well,
all right.
anytime I'm available.
All right. Thank y'all. I'm gonna say Donato Goki, buenas noches. Until we meet again, good night.
you. Okay, adios.
All right.
Adios.
See ya.
See ya.